Class, this is Dr. Miller. Welcome to week 5 of our CAPS265 course. If you have any missing work from weeks 1, 2, 3, or 4, please submit it as soon as possible so we can get your scores updated and we can get a good idea of where you're sitting in the course. All right? If you have any questions on that prior work, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to provide some guidance for you. It's just important that you get caught up. And some of the work that's missing for folks is work that you need to complete some big projects in week 6 and 7, right? But now looking ahead to week 5, we're going to have 3 activities. The first one is going to be the lecture on evaluations. Think about like your annual review type evaluations. Make sure you work through the interactive lecture, download and save the lecture in the Word document format so that you can have it in the future. Then you have your week 5 discussion. And in this week 5 discussion, we're going to be reflecting on the types of feedback that you get as an employee. And this information is shared during employee evaluations. It helps employees make decisions about their goals for personal improvement, and it assists the company in determining your value to them. And we have explored some tips on how you can ask for a raise or negotiate salary. And part of that is demonstrating your worth to a company. So, in your initial post, we are going to be focusing on these 3 objectives. First, reading through the article available at the following web link, How to Ask for a Raise with Script Examples. And as you do that, try to put yourself in the mindset of someone asking for a raise. Now, imagine you're approaching your current employer to ask for a raise. If you're not employed currently, imagine you're still employed and asking a former employer for a raise, or envision yourself in the future asking for a raise. And we want you to create your own script of what you would say when asking for a raise. In doing so, make sure to list the duties you had when you initially started the job, the duties you ended up performing, explain how you showed or added value to the company. One recommendation is emphasize, your educational achievements, because that makes you more valuable to the company. Make sure that you post your initial post by Wednesday. That's going to allow you enough time to participate over 3 separate days during the week. And make sure you're responding to 3 of your classmates' initial posts. Make sure that response goes beyond a simple compliment. We want this discussion to continue. So ask a follow-up question, compare and contrast to your post and maybe how you were asking for a script. All right, so that's the discussion. Then you have one more assignment, and it is this scenario essay. You are going to complete your scenario essay. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to click this link and go through the job feedback simulation. Right? This is the link here. So you'll go in, and as you go into this simulation, you are going to work through your simulation by selecting one of these careers. And if your career doesn't fall into early childhood education, human services, criminal justice, healthcare, paralegal, you're going to go ahead and select job in a different field. Work through this feedback simulation. Then you are going to write about your scenario. This particular assignment is worth 10% of your overall grade. After you've selected the scenario, worked through the scenario, then you are going to create a list of the employees' strengths and areas of weakness. Write an essay of at least 750 words in length. and make sure that you address these 4 prompts. Indicate which scenario you chose as the basis of your essay. List and briefly explain the employee's major areas of strength and weakness. Create a plan for the employee to improve upon areas of weakness and capitalize upon their strengths. In this plan, make sure to include specific goals the employee can use to determine whether they are making progress. And then detail whether there might be another job within their chosen field that is a better fit for this employee. And then go ahead and submit your essay, which is at least 750 words. All right, those are your tasks for this week. Not listed in this in week 5 is continuing to work on your multicultural awareness assignment, which is due next week. Make sure by this week you've completed that interview. Remember, your interview can be done in person, it can be done by email, it can be done over the phone. That interview is part of that essay you're going to be turning in next week. You're also going to be doing some research for the essay. So don't wait until next week to do the interview and do your research, right? It may end up being too much and you're cutting it too close. So try to work a little bit ahead on that multicultural awareness with at least getting your interview done by week 5. If you're having a problem nailing down that request, make sure you look in the announcements. I posted in the announcements a sample template that you can do for your outreach for your interview. Right? So make it a great week, and I will see you in the discussion.